push me a button to start. Chrome hearts protecting my heart. I lost all my love from the start. I'm back in my bag until March. These niggas never been as real as me. I hear your favorite rapper envy.
We back with it. Yes, sir. We back in the building, man. Yeah, this is a different vibe. This is a different sound. This is a different feel. New podcast here, man. I just want to get straight to the facts, man, with a lot of things. Man, I'm blessed to be here, first and foremost. Secondly, man, I want to discuss a couple things that, that's been kind of bothering me. It's kind of been on my mind for real. But, the biggest thing right now for me that I just realized and paid attention to and peeped out, shout out Fee and Smoke Sessions. They back up and rolling over there. They in their vibe right now. You know what I'm saying? They back doing their thing. The show, I definitely want to, always, give credit when it's due. And I want to thank Fee, first of all, for what she has done and what she has helped me provide and set up this podcast platform for myself. I do feel like there was a little bit of shade, though. I'm gonna keep it all the way, Bean. I ain't gonna politic with you too long about it. I feel like, for one, I be feeling like I be needing my credit due, man, on a lot of shit, for real. Like, I put a lot of people in that position to do this. If we recall, the first podcast was really set up because, and how she got on the podcast was because my dog of 15 years didn't want to do the pod. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna keep it real. It's nothing that like me and her got like a bad vibe with. You feel me? Like, I think that me and her just went our separate ways, and I think we need to explain a little bit more on that. Smoke Session was not going in the direction that I wanted to go into for what I was trying to do. I can't be on social media platforms smoking weed. That's just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? I think that Fee is a talented individual. I seen nothing but a great spirit from her. I'm not saying that marijuana is a bad thing, but right now, man, it's not even legalized fully through the United States. That's one thing. 2, I have a job. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna keep this based on me. And 3, I think that I wanted a different direction for the podcast. I wanted a direction that can be multi-branded, that can be distributed. It could seek and reach different genres. It could seek and reach different type of people. I didn't want it just for the stoners. So we now on the Loner Lane podcast, and I don't have no problem with what we're doing or what we were doing. I had a problem with the direction. That's it. I mean, she's a great co-host. I think one thing I want to talk about is her episode was about doing it scared. I didn't have fear at the beginning of doing this. I was uncertain. It was never fear. It was uncertainty. I didn't know how it would turn out. It wasn't fear. I know I can communicate on the mic. These are things that a person didn't know I could do. You know what I'm saying? I knew what I could do on the microphone and what I would do in front of a crowd of people or by myself. So I think that was the biggest thing. And I felt a little shade because it was just like, she had made a comment about the people that she started with, and I just felt like at the end of the day, in that aspect, we started the Smoke Sessions together. I don't think you should have took the entity to where you do it to where it's at. Another thing that I want to communicate about with that is, and this is no hate, this is what I want to see, to progress. I think people need to hear this and get, feedback from. We got to work on the quality. You know what I'm saying? The quality. I got 3 lights on me right now. Quality. Camera, you got to have a back white light, and these are things I want to say. You got to have great audio. You seen these setups. I went from the lavalier mics to now I got a condensed microphone that I can speak on. I have a program now that records it. I have a mixer that lets me record and do different things. You know what I'm saying? Everything that's on here. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, I just want us to, look at it from a positive standpoint. It's not to throw shade at Fee. I want Fee to be the best person she can be. I want Fee to be great. And I feel like the part that's hard is the relationship is gone now. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's the hard part for me sitting back watching now. I never want to put us in these platforms to look like fucking fools or for us to not have our shit together. I'm supposed to be a resource, and I will continue to be a resource. When I seen it go up, man, immediately was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you did your thing. How do you feel about it? And, you know, my thing is I communicated. I don't get nothing back. I'm just going to do it like this. You know what I'm saying? A phone call would have been more suffice. I'm texting you. Let's talk about this. Let's get this figured out on what we can change and what we can do better. So I think that at that same aspect, you know what I'm saying? It's no, and I don't want nobody to look at this like, oh man, this is more of like a just responding and that constructive criticism. You know what I'm saying? That I think we all need to hear. I don't want to hear yeah, that was great, that was perfect. No, or that was good. I want to hear it was perfect, it was great, it was unbelievable. Oh my God, they gonna love this when they see it. So you know, that's just the biggest thing about that. A few other things I want to address, man. You know, I'm always gonna keep it 100 about my shit. You know, when I fuck up on my fuck ups, and I will say this, man. I'm gonna just keep it brief. The people that you love or the people that you care about, you want to make sure that you always, you know, show that and realize that and pay attention. You know, you're gonna overcome everything that you go through. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. If it's not, it's not. That's one of the points that I really want to dig into today, because it's like, man, I'm suffering, I think, for myself, mental health wise, like finding out, can I still be that young Rambo that didn't give a fuck, that was lit, that was turned up in every aspect that people love. You know, I want to be a business owner. Well, another business, another venture I want to be an owner of. And I have to build towards that, and I have to change and polish up my mood and my persona and my viewpoints of me, how people look at me in the persona of me. I got to change these things up. So this podcast, man, we just talking about growth and where I can grow at, man, and change. That's another thing. Me and Eli will be working on our own separate little setup, a different vibe. I want Eli to blossom as a content creator, just as well as I wanted Fee to, just as well as I wanted anybody who's been on my platform. I want them to blossom to be the best thing they can be. I feel like once a person give you the tools, I think that you should be able to go off. I don't want to sit here and watch you and pay attention to you. And I'm gonna pay attention, but I don't want you to feel like I gotta micromanage you on what you do. I want you to do it on your own. You know, to go back to the situation with Fee, I've told her many times, man, you are what the people want to see, man. You what the people want to see. They on the podcast wanted to see the you know, I know she don't like being called a stud, but the woman who love women talk they shit. That's it. I didn't do this to capitalize off you or building off of nobody, you know. And that's just where it builds from. I mean, I think if we gonna have a conversation, we gotta have a conversation. And I know probably right now she don't want to sit across with me right now or have a pod. But we can do this pod versus pod or pod on pod. You tell me what you feel in your pods, and you'll give me your messages, and I'll give you mine. But we definitely back though. I will say that I'm definitely back. I'm definitely in a different bang. You know, so I'm in a different lane with shit. And that's just where I'm trying to be, man. I'm trying to be in a different space with this shit and take it to a new level, man. I want to be the next Joe Budden. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is, man. I want to shock the world and be the top podcaster of the year. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. So that's just where I'm at with it, man. I didn't start this shit to be mediocre at it. I started this shit to be great and be a master of my craft. So that's one of the biggest things that I think that I take from this. And Fee had a lot of great points too. I just would say this to Fee, man. Outside looking in, structure your game plan better. Curate your game plan better to know flaws. Your speaking pieces. Make sure your speaking pieces, they correlate with each other. They bounce with each other. Change the direction of how you're filming. Communicate. Clarity, quality is big. Take the time out to go make these big purchases or change your products of what you're using. Communicate. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how I feel about it. Like, you know, that's just where I'm at with it and how I feel. I feel like she's a great content creator. I think she's going to be awesome. I think when she build up, she'll be great. I feel like when she get to a point where she knows exactly what type of persona she wants to give out, because her reels are perfect. People love her reels. Why can't we have the same thing in the content? So if you asking me, My opinion was, granted, if I've been doing it longer, we started together. You had every tool and you seen every tool that I used to get to what I was getting. They're doing what I was doing. So my question is why didn't you jot down or put things in your toolbox? Maybe the smoke sessions aren't where you need to be navigating through. You should be clear and ready instead of smoking on the smoke sessions. I think you should have took more time to clearly pay attention to what I was doing. Transitions, cap cut, sound, quality. And that's just that. So what I will say is change is always good. Growth is always good. And what she said as far as like, doing it scared is not really. If you scared, don't do it yet. I disagree with that point. Get so confident in the topic or so confident in what you're doing that you ain't got no fears. You only just really you only soaking up what you can out of the situation. Be to where you can take in so much knowledge. Be a learner of the craft, so you could be a master one day. That's my mindset of it. That's my viewpoint of it. That's how I look at what we're talking about. So yeah, man. The Loner's Lane is here. This is a private spot for me to just kind of get off my feelings, get my shit off, I say, and feel how I feel and speak freely. Comments are always open. My phone lines is always open. You can hit either one of them up. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to answer. Merch is on the way. And I take all criticism and critiques. Whatever you want to say about me, come on, bring it through. If you feel like you got a positive viewpoint of it, come on. If you got a negative, bring it over too. I might listen to it too. So at the end of the day, man, just be great in what you're doing. Don't be scared when you start a project. Go in as confident as you can be. Do as much research as you can do. Learn as much as you can learn. Focus as much as you can focus in on the topic to give a great product. On the project, to give a great product, you have to be a consumer of knowledge. You have to be a consumer of knowledge. You can't be able to just regurgitate whatever you hear. So yeah, man, I'm signing out, man. Number one loner signing out right here, man. And I want to thank y'all for tapping in and seeing what I'm doing now, man. This is a new beginning for me, new chapter for me, and I think this is gonna be great for my mental health. Easy.
I push me a button to start. Cold hearts protecting my heart. I lost all my love from the start. I'm back in my bag until March. These niggas never been as real as me. I hear your favorite rapper envy.